These are my top 10 film noir movies. And these aren't in any particular order, but I love them all. I'm a big fan. Film noir is black and white, cigarettes, shadows, murder, mystery, and well, of course, we have femme fatales in there too. So I'm going to start off with The Killers. Ernest Hemingway's The Killers. I mean, I can't really say a lot about these movies because they're all so great and should be all checked out. Some of them are typical, but out of the past, I mean, most people have that on their top list. Robert Mitchum, as a private investigator, his past is catching up with him, and Kirk Douglas is in it. Can't beat it. And this one, I came too late. I found it about a month ago, and then I had to order it on Criterion because this is like 72 minutes or whatever, very short, but to the point. Great movie with great femme fatale, one of the best ever. And it's almost, well, it is kind of cheesy, but it's done so well and on such a strict little budget that it works all the way through. And Night in the City, and this is in London, filmed in London. And Richard Widmark is totally over the top in this movie, but it works. It really works for me. There's a lot of outdoor scenes, a lot of drama. I think that's what it's all about. And we have a couple of femme fatales in that one too. Where the Sidewalk Ends. This is just a good detective kind of, detective gets in a kind of a bad situation, has to get himself out of it, and totally enjoyed it. The Killing. This is Stanley Kubrick's, I think, second movie. I don't know if you can see it there. It's a racetrack heist. And of course, with most heists, they don't go very well. Laura, this is like a good, it's almost, it's kind of like a who done it, or who's missing, or a lot of different things. But my wife and I watched this movie the other night, and it is a really great movie. I mean, it kind of keeps you guessing halfway through. It changes, and anyways, you got to see it. The Setup. This is a boxing movie with Robert Ryan. Great movie. There's some scenes when they're backstage before the fights, and all the boxers are there, and they're coming off, and they're all beat up, and there's no sound to that thing. It's all no soundtrack. It's all fighters talking. Done really, I mean, it's just unbelievable. This is a great movie, and I was in for the whole thing. I'm not a big fan of boxing movies, but this one of the best. This is Gun Crazy. This is like a Bonnie and Clyde movie, but really done well. There's a great chase scene in it, and I think it was done actually live in the car and everything, which they didn't do much at that time. But a great story. I didn't know anything about it until I watched it, and I thought, top 10 for sure. And I'm going to put this as my number one. The rest are, I mean, these are all great, but Double Indemnity. I mean, I've watched this 4 or 5 times, and each time it's done so well. Edward G. and Fred McMurray and Barbara Stanwyck is so sexy in this movie. So that's my top 10 film noir. And I have not top, but I call them a bottom 10 coming up in another video called More Film Noir, because they're all great too, but these are the ones I included for my top 10.